One of my favourite things to say to my mates is like, if we don't know what we're doing tonight, I'm like, oh, we're going off piste, are we boys? Because that's like very middle class English thing. Like, oh, crazy night, going off piste. That just means to not be on the fucking slopes when you go skiing, like to go off the bit that you're meant to ski on.
This is so British.
It's so
no
British,
one in this
dude.
country does this. Today we are talking about the ultimate video game. We thought it would be fun to go, alright, we play a lot of video games.
Fact.
Fact. Actual fact. And we thought it would be cool to go, alright, what are our favorite video games, who are our favorite video game developers? If we could pool all this talent into one, like all these devs fighting for attention and resources and our time, maybe what they should be doing is joining together and making a game together. My ultimate video game. I want a slightly different tack, but we're kind of on the same path. It starts off as a card game.
Whoa.
Because I love card games.
Yep.
You know I love card games. Blizzard are making this card game. This is a Blizzard style Hearthstone. No one else is coming close to digital card games. Halfway through your 37th game, one of the cards starts talking to you.
Wait, one of the cards?
Yeah, one of the you play the card and then
like,
suddenly it's like, oh, I'm glad I finally decided to join the party.
Love
and you're
this.
like, hang on a second. And then you go, I want this card to attack that card. And it goes, nah, I don't feel like it. Doki Doki Literature Club writer has come in and has started to subvert the video game. So you are playing this game and then suddenly it's like, oh no, I don't want to do this anymore. And the card just kind of wanders off, the camera pulls out and you're in a cutscene. You're in a cutscene like a bar or a tavern or something. So all these cutscenes are made by Machine Games, who made Wolfenstein, like the new Wolfenstein games. For my money, it was a toss-up between Naughty Dog and Machine Games when it came to the cutscenes. I just feel like the Machine Games have, particularly in Wolfenstein 2, captured just this like kinetic energy. Every one of their scenes was a different cinematic style, and I just love it. I want that sort of like hyper-tension energy to the game. But all the characters are written by Naughty Dog devs. I just think that pound for pound, story-wise, Naughty Dog just kill it every single time. After the first cutscene finishes, you head out, and although this goes against like every instinct in my body, you head out into an open world. It's a Zelda-style open world, so it's like there's nothing out there that's telling you, oh, here's what you need to do. You start figuring it out, and the map reveals itself and shows your accomplishments, not what you have to do. Because I just think that was perfect, and that's one of my major problems with the open world. So we got Zelda Breath of the Wild open world. The way you play the game, I'm a big believer in choice, and I think that I'm making the ultimate video game. This is a game that needs to appeal to everyone, so I've got 3 different ways you can play the game. The first is we hand it off to the people who made Hitman. So the latest Hitman series.
Interesting.
So basically you can sneak your way through this entire game. You're disguising yourself. You're silently choking out people.
Amazing. This has gone from a card game.
It's gone from a card game
to choking people out in dress up.
So you could just sneak your way stealth-wise through the entire video game.
Okay.
The second way is we need to appeal to the shooters. So I figure we can let shooting be in there.
Yep.
And if I'm having shooting, then I think personally I'm going to take Destiny shooting over everything else. I think that's my favorite kind of shooting. I know you have problems about how much of a bullet sponge that like
but you're right.
headshots don't mean anything, but like the actual mechanical feeling is just like so sweet. So you could kill everything in the game and shoot your way through. This will finish the game 5 times faster for you, but you would kill off a lot of NPC characters who would be major players in the story and help you later in the game if you go the shooter route. So that's the trade-off there.
Yeah, I like it.
But we've got Destiny shooting. The third way you can get through the game is you can socially engineer your way through with just talking. Old school BioWare. So I'm talking probably Mass Effect 2 BioWare. That level of like dialogue, character choices.
The choice, yeah.
This takes you 10 times longer, but you end up with like several pregnant partners scattered across the land.
And of course they all, at one point they're in a bar together like...
And it's like, oh god, this is so awkward. And
why are you drinking? You're all pregnant.
Exactly. How did you get here? Did you fly? Because this is a very big map. How'd you get over here? You shouldn't be flying.
You've discovered most of the map at this point.
Blizzard handle all the sound effects, but the game has the sort of like art design of the first Bioshock. Well, I guess the first 2 Bioshocks.
Okay, so quite Art Deco, grimy.
Yeah, and not scared of color, man.
Yeah.
Like not scared of that sort of like neon-y color. A real lushness, I guess, to it. Not underwater, not that oppressive, but that sort of like very flamboyant, I guess, art design. Platinum Games write the ending to this, so they did Nier Automata. So we're going to get like 13 endings to this game.
Wow.
You're going to have to play through the game 13 times to kind of get the full story. And that's going to, A, make you really good at that card game at the beginning. B, allow you and encourage you to try the different forms of social engineer, combat, stealth, that sort of thing.
I feel like with those three sort of like play styles alone,
Yeah.
all of those offer different endings in a
Exactly.
kind of game way. And also, I reckon, in my mind now, I'm like, well, if I play the card game in a certain way, if I play a certain card at a certain time during those 37 games, it changes the outcome of the ending I get.
I love that so much. I love that so much.
This is the right time for us to now introduce our Kickstarter fund.
And then finally, the menu music is written by whoever did the Dream Daddy menu music. Dream Daddy.
Shoo-ba-doo.
Dream Daddy.
Ba-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Dream Daddy. Dream.
I like that. The song. I mean, so what's your game called then? We use the theme song for that game. That's
It's
called
called Dream Daddy.
Next game.
Yeah. I don't have a name for it yet, but I don't want to give it a name that would give away, because I think I want people to buy into it thinking it's a card game. That was the joy of Doki Doki Literature Club, that you thought it was one thing and then turned into something else.
Quite dramatically.
Oh, I like these choices. What about you guys? I put the call out to you what your ultimate version and convergence of developer and game would be, and these are your screensays.
I was thinking about franchising. Sorry, before you get going. I was thinking about franchising. I was like, who does the franchising for us? And like, it's got to be Kevin Feige, the producer of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If anyone can milk the money clean out of the pockets of the audience, it's that man. And he's got a vision for 20 years later.
That is very true.
10 years.
Our first screensay came in from @ChronicSean, who said the story from the Mass Effect trilogy, the shooting from Destiny, so Sean, you already have my heart, the combat in Dark Souls, with the layout of Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Oh my god.
It's 2D.
So that's an Alex Kidd first-person shooter with Mass Effect 1 and 2 story and Dark Souls combat. Same music, same levels.
Cool, that'd be wicked on an iPad, wouldn't it?
That would be great.
Or a Switch, that's a great handheld
Half of
game.
that actually feels like Salt and Sanctuary. That's a good choice. Second answer came in from Beer Gut Barry, who says Rebellion plus TIE Fighter plus Knights of the Old Republic plus Force Commander. It's a Galaxy 4X game, but being able to hop in the ship as a pilot, control the ground battles like an RTS, and do diplomacy and covert ops like a BioWare RPG.
There's a lot of good Star Wars games in there. Force Commander? Oh my god. TIE Fighter? Oh my god. X-Wing as well.
Developers have tried to do this thing where there was an Eve shooter. Was it called Dust or something? Anyway, they wanted to make a shooter that, like, the battles on the ground would be like
a first-person shooter. Or?
Yeah, but like the air battles would have some sort of link to this second game that was all like first-person shooter. Yeah. Anyway.
Did you ever play Toy Soldiers on the Xbox?
No,
it was an arcade game. It was quite similar to that. It was a tower defense game set in like World War I, but really you were miniatures on a board, like figurines, and you'd build these things, but you could dive into that at any moment and control it and play as it.
Yeah,
and when you did those deep dives, it was an incredibly cool experience. Really fun.
Cool.
Toy Soldiers 2 as well, really fun. Vietnam saying good fun.
@Tristangled said Far Cry graphics, Elder Scrolls World, Naughty Dog writing and performance, Bulletstorm combat, Red Faction 2 destructibility.
I was thinking about Red Faction.
That's a game.
That's a
video game. That is a video game. I mean, Naughty Dog, Bulletstorm, and Red Faction, you have me. Bulletstorm. Did you play Bulletstorm?
I did play Red Faction 2, when I think back, that was actually some of the wildest multiplayer experiences I've had in a while. Between all the sledgehammering and the
I never thought about destructibility in my world. Maybe I could add in.
They did a pretty good job.
That's a good. Yeah, that or maybe Battlefield Band Company or something where you kept blowing holes in walls of.
That was good
to get gold. @Dolphin Cheese says the only good thing about Assassin's Creed: The History with the amazing gameplay parkour loop of Sunset Overdrive. It won't be accurate, but at least it'll make the Assassin's Creed games fun. That's a good choice.
That's interesting.
That's a good choice. I'm actually one of the few people I think who like Sunset Overdrive. I had a lot of fun playing that game, even with the like douchey sort of like characters and story. So combine that with Assassin's Creed. Halfree674 said gameplay and depth of Monster Hunter in the world of Pokemon with the approach to story and humor of Portal 2. Graphics of either Fire Emblem or The Witcher 3.
That's
which are two
quite
incredibly different games.
It's quite. But I love that. I love that Monster Hunter World meets Pokemon.
That is such a good idea. That should just be what the new Pokemon is. That's such a good idea.
Detective Pika. Who?
We know it's a good idea because according to Halfree, IGN gave it 11 out of 10. And then finally, Elliot Gray, though, said the gameplay of Lawbreakers with the player base of any other game with players.
That's a very powerful burn.
That is a powerful
It's a
burn.
powerful burn.
Because
there are what? There are like 19 people who play Lawbreakers.
I know, it's so sad. But yeah, so those are your answers. I know you guys watching have more, so let us know in the comments what your perfect video game would be. And also while you're down there, name that fish, use the hashtag name that fish. We should put Chris in our video game. He should be the lead character. Don't tap the fish.
He's well awake. That's the reason why I want to do this, because we've had accusations that the fish might be dead, but he's clearly alive.
He's well alive and he's ready to play 37 games with a card game. If you like this video, and I know you did, hit that like button. If you didn't like that video, just silently go away, but maybe share it on your socials, because one of your friends may have better taste.
Your friends probably do have better taste. Also, just cut the videos that way. Do the clicks. Watch them all the way to the end. You might enjoy.